opening round, but hey, it wasn't in that until that second one, 0 points.
All right, folks, so now it's time to jump into game number 3. Let's see if our super teams can manage to mount a big comeback, or will it be our Road to GlitchCon team here, Natehill, Yuzi, and Skivix, holding on to that first place spot, walking away with the cash, because for them, that's what this competition is all about.
Now all the butterflies, all the early GlitchCon jitters are gone. The nerves are calm and cool. Butterflies have been converted into excitement. This is where the pros shine when everything's chill. Natehill has been proving that he is shining bright. And not to mention Yuzi and Skivix, you got to shout them out as well. They're holding on strong. It's all a trio competition. Not one could do this. This is a team-based game here.
Oh, most definitely. And let's not forget as well that it's a team-based game.
Yes.
But there's so much that you need to know when it comes to your abilities, your timings, how to push, your cooldowns, all of that. And when you're able to properly take full advantage of the kits that you are presented with round after round, and also be as nimble as possible, because you're not looking at the same kit every single round. It changes every time.
Yeah.
So while you maybe go with Wolverine Claws and you get, the Doom Arcane Gauntlets, that could end up being problematic for you.
Hey, and that was a problem when I was playing in those Ghost Rider Cups, the Black Widow Cups, is sometimes you get a kit that you just absolutely don't vibe with, and now we're seeing Thor and Hammer come out there to kind of slow down Natehill's push. That it is another Titan battle here in the Fortnite world. We have Mr. Savages with Benji, and of course Lechi going up against Natehill and Skivix and Yuzi, but this is interesting to see. Like, Natehill now has a target. When it comes to kind of competition, you see anyone on top of the leaderboard, you go, okay, let's play real. Let's get in our gamer stance and compete.
Oh man, look at they're playing up against here, man. They're going to be against Savage, Benji, and Lechi. Again, we got some real tanks playing up against one another here. No eliminations quite yet in the round of 16. Our first battle here in round number 3. They have an opportunity. They know that one of these players is going to be dangerously low. Oh, Mr. Savage, though, is going to go down, courtesy of Skivix. They knew that they had that one targeted. And then Lechi goes down immediately after that. A 2 elim advantage, maybe even a third. There it is, taking out Banjyfishy. And this Natehill squad is already starting off in a huge start here.
What I'm noticing is that the players that had the most advantage here in this LTM Golden Boy are doing what we all do when we first come in contact with a fighting game. When we kind of mentioned this is kind of like a pseudo fighting game. So in a sense, you have these pros are button mashing right up into the face of the people that have our experience, the people that came from Road to GlitchCon and some of our invited teams. So I think that inexperiences will kind of put you down on the other side of the board, or on that dreaded second page.
Yeah, that's definitely not where you want to be here. But we have one elimination separating these two teams. Natehill squad is still keeping this one in their favor, but do not count out Banjyfishy and his team quite yet. They have been known to mount some crazy comebacks in the past, so this could very well be the case here. But with the way that when you see someone turtling like that and going into a 1-by-1 trying to just defend themselves, you know that they have them beaten up, and that's your opportunity to strike and get yourself another elimination. The onus is going to be on Banjyfishy's team to have to push this battle, and by doing so, they're going to have to expose themselves. And they've taken a heap load of damage thus far. Nate's going to be dangerously low, 53 HP and counting, as he continues to get tick upwards, stays alive, and manages to bail out of there. And this is looking very much like it's going to be Natehill once again dominating in this round of 16, starting round 3 right where they left off in round 2.
And I just figured out a piece of this puzzle. How is Natehill's trio dominating so much? Every time Natehill has Wolverine Claws, he just kind of uses that air dash ability to get away and disengage, and it becomes a dreaded game, oh my goodness, of cat and mouse, and the biggest cat has just showed up. It is Zate, Stretch, and Saf. The world's deadliest, let me say this again, the world's deadliest trio that ever formed in the Fortnite universe. We're talking about some big-time hitters. Now, granted, they're not doing well in the sense of the day, but at the same time, you don't want to see those names across the field.
Yeah, but I think Natehill and this team have a lot of comfort in knowing that this Marvel LTM has been dominated by them. They know that everyone else is playing second fiddle to what they're capable of doing. And even though you will have that just really diabolical team on the other side there, this is a whole new ball game. So we'll see now, though. No pushes quite yet. Another interesting and smart strategy that we're seeing, too, is that if you have those Wolverine claws, you can actually harvest.
Yes.
And some players are going around these bushes here harvesting, 6, 7 mats per strike so that this way they can get some additional builds. That's a pretty big deal.
And you're taking a look here. Zate's, I kind of gave him premium gas. They have 0 points so far, but they have 23 elims. The thing about these guys of Zaf, Zate, and Stretch is, yes, they're the deadliest trio in the world, but when they decide to, when they want the money, they'll take it. The question is, how serious are they treating today's Marvel Knockout LTM?
Well, we're here for the fun of GlitchCon, but we're also here for some, in some cases, a little bit of that cash, right? Walking around.
Yeah.
What was that? 99,051 cents, and first place gets 22,000 plus. It's there's no chump change there. That's a lot of cash.
It's a lot of clams, a lot of bucks, a lot of moolah, whatever you want to say. But right now, the action has yet to kind of tick in a elim. So this is intense here. The last moments here, as you're going to see the first time, Black Panther's kinetic armor going to kind of eat a little bit of that damage. It kind of holds a little bit, just kind of deafens it just a bit. And at the same time, it kind of has this loud explosion with that kinetic explosion response to all that, just like in the Black Panther movies. And there it is. The opening elim comes from Yuzi getting one right there on Zaf's trio.
It has been a very slow battle at the start here in Game 3 of 5, but now we're starting to see some eliminations, also some scuffles between Wolverine Claws and She-Hulk Fists. The Unibeam is out, and there's a massive one there. I mean, Yuzi just, what a connection. What a connection.
Connection complete.
Yeah.
Unibeam strong. That's going to be one of those things that kind of separates. If anyone has Unibeam, the focus goes on you. You have a huge responsibility. You're the quarterback, essentially, because you could kind of delegate and tell the other mates to go, hey, this person I hit for 150, go push them, or in using a nice use of the Groot's shield, Bramble's shield, just to kind of get back some HP at the same time, kind of, find another angle. And more importantly, Golden Boy, wait for that Unibeam cooldown to reset.
Yeah. Managing cooldowns is something that you don't normally expect to hear in Fortnite, but here with Unibeam and even with the Thor Gauntlet, right, or Thor Hammer, as we just saw right there, is a pretty big deal. Now, though, some evasions are going to start to come through. I think that was going to be the Whirlwind there, the Storm Whirlwind, to try and hold off any damage that would be coming away. And this is looking great now for Natehill and this team. While they are going to be in a bit of a scuffle here, I do not see a world where Stretch and them walk away with these eliminations. Yeah, they get one against Nate, but if they continue to trade this out, it only will continue to favor Natehill and his squad.
And they're putting in some nice work. 70 elims so far in this GlitchCon Marvel Knockout LTM. So it's a big-time performance right now from Natehill with 7 points. That means they advanced 7 times here, and this is looking like an 8th one. Again, rounds 1 through 3, only 1 point will be doled out. In round 4, we're going to double that for 2 points per win, and then, of course, the final round be 3 points. And, yeah, with that kind of advantage, you're basically looking at now 4, 5. Goodness gracious, Natehill, what did you eat this morning, my guy?
Bro, they were ready to win. They were ready to win, and winning is all they've done today. Natehill, Skivix, and Yuzi will be moving on to our semifinals. We'll see who they'll be playing up against here in a moment.
Oh, my goodness. Another one. This is the NA East. You got Edgy and Scented and Commandment making a return. And look at the leaderboard here. Golden Boy, Natehill, Chap, Ducky, all of them coming in from the road to GlitchCon, showing that the experience is a factor. Nick A30's team holding on with 4 points, meaning that they didn't advance. I'm taking a look. Aces and Metas. Not a lot of advances for our super teams. What's up, man?
Yeah, we haven't really been watching them all that much because, to be frank, like Natehill and this team have just been dominating everyone that they've ran into. In some instances, it hasn't even been close, like we just saw there with Zate Saf. And I think that now, as we are getting down to the wire here, Natehill and them, they have to be very satisfied with themselves. They're adding on from the success that they had in that last mode, or sorry, in the road to GlitchCon, and now they're continuing that success here onward at GlitchCon itself.
It just shows you how important to get experience and reps in. Tifu, haven't seen him yet. I mean, we haven't seen him on the board. We haven't seen him advance. We haven't even talked about him yet.
No.
When we had an interview, he had one word: nothing. When you do nothing to prepare,
he had a banana, though.
He had a banana, which looks delicious. But at the same time, when you do nothing to prepare, nothing will be the result. You know, we talked about we're not scientists and all that and whatnot, but still.
Yeah, you know,
math
the
is
science
math.
is definitely, you know, out on that one.
And listen, I'm just saying this because I want to light some fire in Tfue. You know what I'm saying? I want to get him ready because all these competitors that are competing right now, except for our lobby invites or the lobby Fortnite teams like Natehill and Chap, they're competing again in that Fall Guys finale. So they're going to have a lot of time just to sit around to think about their performance here in the Fortnite section.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, they're going to get the cash, but they're also going to get that spot too. I mean, I completely forgot about that.
Yep.
Which is equally as impressive for them. So who knows? Natehill could end up walking away. This team could be the winners of all of GlitchCon at the rate that we're going at here.
It might as well. I mean, it's like Natehill coming in with this big-time performance. Who knows? I mean, Natehill maybe was like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe I should have been on the super team, is letting everybody know. But
oh, big elimination. That was a huge one. They're going to get that one elim advantage that will give the odds in their favor, as well as a second one, too. So now this is dangerous here for Natehill. We've been praising him so much, but it's not a shocker that Commandment and this team, who have played spoiler in the past in the road to GlitchCon, are doing the same thing here once again here at the TwitchRivals Arena.
I'm talking about it, man. Sometimes premium gas, hey, it's expensive. And sometimes, casters give you that premium gas and your car can't handle it.
Yeah.
And before you know it, your engine combusts. But hey, Natehill has to be able to clutch here, and this team has to clutch, and they essentially have a 2 elim disadvantage.
Oh, that was a great drop there. They went over toward the edge of that circle. Once they got the elimination, they were like, there's no reason for us to try and engage in this fight and land on top of them. Let's reposition. 3-4 though, or 4-3, depending on who you're going to be watching. A reminder to everyone, and Yuzi just got reminded how powerful the Unibeam is there, but a reminder to everyone, you're watching right now here at TwitchRivals. You can also check out our competitors from their streams as well. They're live right now. Go give them some love. Everyone's been very entertaining today, putting on some awesome matches for us here for the Marvel LTM. 53 seconds remaining, Sancho. It's coming down to the wire.
Coming down to the wire, and this is going to be our lobby teams who are competing for that $99,000 kind of side tournament here that we're experiencing here for that Marvel LTM, and that's going to be a huge wow. Hey, that premium gas looks like it has combusted Natehill's engine, as you see that 4 elim advantage.
Oh, that's big.
Big.
He had 3 HP and managed to stay alive. Yeah, they'll get the elimination, but I just don't know if they have enough time to be able to add on to this. Commandment's going to be very low as well.
This is deja vu all over again with the road to GlitchCon. We saw this TSM Commandment trio all of a sudden wake up and get hot. And we're not yet in the second half of this. Actually, I would say so. This is round 3. So, yeah, we were at the second half, and this is what TSM was able to turn around. And it looks like Natehill is just going to run out of gas for this opportunity in this bracket, and it's going to be exit back to the lobby. But, hey, Commandment, as you sense it, are moving up the board, currently sitting at 5th place with 4 points.
Well, I think they're going to be very happy, Natehill and this team, with what they've been able to do for the first few rounds. Now is really, I think they'll have to refocus and think about what's going to be coming up next. And we have some super teams here. This is exciting. We got Booga, who's in the house, going up against Commandment.
And they're representing the Aces. And we were kind of talked about for a brief moment, where's Tfue, right? Where is he? Well, let me tell you what team he's representing. Can you take a guess of the teams that are representing that maybe have the second, and laying some goose eggs?
Have a feeling it might be something associated with farm animals.
Perhaps. I will give you, it is the Goats.
Oh, boy.
And we're hoping that the Goats could kind of get up on the board here, because right now it is looking like 3 teams so far in the super teams are on that first page. Of course, Nick A30 was able to walk away with that first opening round victory royale with that 4 points, but haven't seen anything since. Got cold really fast.
Yeah, that's very frustrating for them, I'm sure. But what isn't frustrating is when you manage to get your hands on a Unibeam.
Absolutely.
Which is always a fun one to have in the arsenal. No eliminations quite yet. 150 damage, though, laid out. Blue damage doesn't quite get enough to crack the shields, but it is going to be enough to put some fear in them. And that was Booga who ate that shot outright.
And we're seeing Booga, Jamper, and Avery had phenomenal performance in the FNCS trios and NA East. They've been playing together for a long time. They came in 3rd place in that competitive tournament, and we're taking a look right here. They're in 5th place, and TSM Commandments trio is just above them in 3rd place. So 5 points right here. It all comes down to tiebreakers, so that's why we're keeping count of all elims and, of course, and how many wins you get throughout the entire day. So that is why TSM Commandment team's ahead, but that just means that giving just a look at right then and there, that Bugha's team was able to vault right over Nick A30's tank team right there. Let's take a look. Here it is, the leaderboards.
Oh, man, and there's Chap. And look at this. I mean, we got our super teams up there, which is why this fight is going to be so important, because if they manage to win this one out, Aces will jump up over Commandment. No eliminations yet, Sancho. You can feel the tension. You can cut that tension with a knife with how things are currently. No one wants to be the one that gets hit with that first elimination. Watch out, though, because if you end up taking shots and you lose your shields, that's an opportunity. Like the way right now, Commandment, he's going to be in a bit of a pickle now. This is where Bugha and them start to push up.
Here we go. This is it. 1 minute and 45 seconds. And that, you talked about it, Bugha not having that tiebreaker creates a little bit more pressure.
No!
Oh, my goodness. At the same time, Golden Boy, that's a super team. A super team has the immense pressure here today.
Oh, no. They had a little bit of an advantage, but the thing is, they'll get their shields back. Meanwhile, their opponents will not have that same luxury. Avery, though, gets knocked out, too. He's going to be at 4-1 in the count total here. They need to just dive in, get a few of these elims, but as it continues onward, they'll find another one, as Edgy is going to be stuck between two different competitors. They're now within striking distance of coming back into this, but Bugha and them, the Aces, are going to need 2 eliminations in order for them to win this one.
It's not going to be easy considering that they have so much HP on the other side. Hey, all Unibeams off the table, so now we're going to wait another 10 seconds. Bugha's going to have to clutch with this Unibeam, and the team is down by 2 elims with experiencing with that tiebreaker. They just dodged a Unibeam. Each team have 2 Unibeams here. Oh, here we go.
Oh, no! Bugha gets wiped out at the final seconds there. We got 38 on the clock. 2 people are going to be, 3 are going to be spawning in. They have to try and play with that advantage, but I just do not think it's going to be possible for them.
No, not at all. It's all coming down. The double Unibeam could be a big factor here. 30 seconds. We're taking a look here. It's just a matter of moments here as we're wrapping up here. The final round where every team gets 1 point. Can the Aces team, the super team of Bugha, Jabber, Avery, clutch out? That's not going to happen. It is 4-8, man. And my goodness. Danger, danger. It has to sound the alarm. Weeboo, baby.
Yeah, that was just dominating. I mean, credit to the Aces. They did their absolute best to just keep this thing as close as they could and not give up any foolish eliminations early on. But once Commandment, and his squad saw the opportunity to go in for the push, they went right for it, and that is the fruits of their labor right there.
I got to say, man, when we were taking a look at the kind of format throughout the entire time, I was wondering, how can these super teams do in the Fortnite block? I mean, you have these invited teams who are FNCS trios. You have FNCS champions, people that made it to the World Cup, all competing against these super teams. And I had a thought, and I was like, even the invited teams, Natehill coming in appearance, or, I mean, the Cypher PKs, the Bizzles, all that kind of stuff. I was like, this is probably the most stacked roadblock that our super teams have to go against, and you're just seeing how difficult it is for super teams just to get any points in this format.
Yeah, and who knows, right? This could play way further out into the long game, right? Which would be very difficult for our super teams to try and mount a comeback. But, for the fans of those super teams, they don't have to worry because League of Legends as well as Valorant, that is just going to be a battle between the super teams. Fortnite, which is a very interesting situation considering that we had 16 teams that were participating in this, 4 super teams, and we just wanted to see some good old-fashioned Marvel knockout LTM. But let's actually take a look at some of the replays that we saw from those previous games that were really just, it was Natehill. He was the story of the entire time. That team has been dominating, but then Commandment doing exactly what he did at GlitchCon, Sancho, popping off at the last moment.
And that is what's going to take you to get that lion's share of $99,000. You're going to have to ignore the big names across the field, and you're going to put out your performance and get the elims, and that's what we're seeing from teams like Natehill and Chapin. Taking a look at that major Unibeam. There's just something special about that Unibeam, man. It goes all the way across the field. It's a hit scan, and you have to hit. If you have it, there's no question. You are the power. You are that strong DPS that you have to capitalize on that power.
Yeah, it's a sniper rifle, right? But it also functions with timing.
It's like a railgun.
Yeah. I think it's like it's a stationary railgun, which is not something you normally see every day.
No, at all.
But it goes through structures. It's really just a devastating weapon. And if you're smart enough and you coordinate well enough, you could stack your unibeams and just deal out loads of damage to your opponent if they're unsuspecting.
At the same time, Booga representing his super team, making a way up their leaderboard, and they're going to go overall compete. So everything matters. And hey, I got to mention this right here. After this Golden Boy, it's going to be 2 points for every win in the bracket. So this is going to be those moments for a team like GOAT to kind of just show up and just stop. Like, what do Billy Goats headbutt? They do, right?
They do.
Man,
Yeah, in theory, yeah.
Listen, like, I know I have a 3-year-old at home, and we're doing our best to teach her about all these various animals, but it looks like Daddy Sandro has a lot of work to do about goats.
Yeah, because